Welcome. You're listening to Dunestone Redemption, a podcast and sometimes videocast where three idiots get together and make each other watch films. Then we all get together and say what we think about those films. And unless you're Bryce Dallas Howard, we don't allow guests, but we do enjoy feedback. So please drop us a note at dunestoneredemption.com. That is www.dunestoneredemption.com. Or look us up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Bumbler, of course. Always Bumbler.
Bumbler.
Yep.
Bumbler.
Do you guys know why I picked Bryce Dallas Howard?
I do not.
She just did a documentary about dads. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And of course, you know, Ron Howard is her father. So he was...
Who's he?
Opie Cunningham.
Taylor?
Taylor.
He was Cunningham in the Happy Days.
Yeah, he's Richie Cunningham. He's Opie
There you
Griffin.
go. There you go. Hey.
But there's a movie where some guy calls him Opie Cunningham the whole time.
Oh, gotcha.
I just don't remember what it is.
All right. So
No, I
what
thought it
movie
looked pretty good.
we're going to talk about first here?
What are our three movies, Oath Dog?
Well, we've got a couple here. Let me pull them back up. So I couldn't remember all of them because it's been so long. We had the Big Time Adolescence,
Yes.
The Gentleman, and the final one was called Extraordinary.
Extraordinary. Mm-hmm.
We'll start there with Russell's picks. I'm interested to see what Russell thought because he wanted us to watch this because he had already seen it. So
No, you hadn't seen it when you recommended it, had you?
I had not seen it when I picked it.
I thought you had.
So, but I'll go ahead and jump in.
Okay.
Extraordinary is a film about Rose, a mostly sweet and lonely Irish driving instructor who must use her supernatural talents to save the daughter of Martin, also a sweet, lonely guy, from a washed-up rock star who is using her in a satanic pact to reignite his flame. That rock star is Will Forte, which I love. I love Will Forte. He was in the new Scooby-Doo movie. He was voicing Shaggy. And I loved Last Man on Earth. I think that show was hilarious. This film caught my attention because it was playing in all those little film fests everywhere, right? And then when everything started collapsing in on itself for the quarantine and stuff like that, it was on all those theaters, you know, stream this and we'll get some money, like a Patreon type thing, and we'll get some money. So to me, it was like, well, this like might be an indie darling. And I watched the preview and it looked really funny. And you can't judge a book by its cover, folks, because there was nothing funny in this film.
No.
Will Forte kind of has a couple funny parts. And I feel like they're trying to do like a Napoleon kind of really dry, you know, more European style humor. But man, I didn't get it. I didn't enjoy it. Every time I see now, because I liked the film a long time ago before I even saw it, and now it's like throwing stuff in my Facebook all the time.
Oh God!
And I keep posting on there, this movie sucks. And it's like,
nice.
So bad. It's their official website. You know, like, well, it's their official Facebook somehow tags me when it posts, and I'm like,
That's
this
funny.
movie sucks.
It's kind of like Pure Country for me. I said I liked that movie at one point, and they send me stuff all the time. Pure Country. That movie's 30 years old.
Yeah. Oddly good film, Pure Country.
Yeah, I like it. I like the story. I mean, but I digress. I'm gonna, with Will Forte, I watched the first whole season of Last Man on Earth. And
that show was brilliant.
I liked it. But after season one, I couldn't handle it anymore. I grew tired. I feel like you take every joke and you kill it.
Yeah.
That's Forte's thing.
And it was just kind of one of those things where, okay, what can keep happening? What, you know, keep.
Okay.
It was just funny to me that it was titled Last Man on Earth, and every episode there was a new character.
Exactly. Yeah. With this movie, I made the mistake of sitting down and watching it with my wife.
My wife.
And We did not watch all of the movie. We shut it off. When he grabbed the dick stick and was dropping it in the field to get to the virgin, I was like, is this as funny as it's going to get? Yeah, that was as funny as it was going to get. We got maybe 40 minutes into the movie and we looked at each other and we're like, we are not finishing this. Yeah. And I paid for it. I paid for the movie and I felt cheated. I felt, how
much did you
owe
pay?
Me something.
Was it $5.99?
Yeah, $5.99.
Okay, because at first I was seeing it Alamo and
at $20.
Screenland had it, and yeah, they were all $20 a piece, and I was going to be happy to pay that, but just on the off chance, I went ahead and looked on Amazon, and it was for $5.99 on there. So
right, and that's when I was pretty. I don't know. I didn't find anything funny.
Eric, did you make it to the end scene, the sex scene?
No.
Sounds like Eric's probably squirming during all of this.
Where he has to make her not a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rose is no longer a virgin at the end.
Yeah.
Well, the piece about it that I don't quite understand, though, is, the whole piece about him being this rock star, that was just so silly that there was a cat that just ran behind you, by the way. Okay. They had this cheesy music career thing. It just wasn't funny. I mean, I was like, nothing about it that I like.
I bet he's based on a character
that Forte plays all the time.
No, I think he's probably based on some guy in England. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, let me stop you there because you guys know this is based on a true story.
No.
Sure. Yes, there's a driver instructor that lives in Ireland.
I'll find the book and send it to you. It's ridiculous, but it's all based on a true story.
Huh.
Yeah, I found that out when I was researching this a little bit.
Really?
That's terrible.
What did you think, Othie? Well, I mean, did you find it funny?
No, and that's why I'm like, man, how's Russ think this is funny? I always kept thinking that it's either like Napoleon Dynamite or it's like Office Space where you have to watch it again to get it. But no, I was like,
did you watch
I'm going to be controversial. Napoleon Dynamite was not funny.
Okay, well, I understand.
Yeah.
You're wrong, Eric. I'm sorry.
It was. I'm not.
Because everyone on Earth knows that Napoleon Dynamite was, in fact, hilarious.
No, it was only because everybody was watching, talk about it. Oh, I really like that movie. I watched that thing and went, what the hell is this? Now,
my boss when I worked at Sony was the same way. He was like, I watched that movie you guys are always quoting. It's not funny. I was like, hey, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Are you shocked that I didn't think it was funny?
No, not at all. Not at all. Did you think Nacho Libre was funny?
No, not much.
Oh shit! Mm-mm. Come on, guys. I watched that. I watched that this weekend. It's hilarious.
No.
Well, I'm going to throw this out there. I'm not mad at anybody, even the two of you, who don't finish this film, because like 10 minutes in, I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I felt like I was doing homework. Yeah,
it felt like a chore. That's a great way to say it. Like. Mm-hmm. I don't want to put up with this. My wife was like, I am not doing this.
My wife.
Every time I said it, Bridget said no. So do we want to rate this and move on to better days?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Go for it, Othie.
I don't remember, but I'm going to give it like a 2.
Saget?
Yeah, I love Will Forte, but I'm ready to see something different from him.
I am a Saget, a 2. I mean, I may have got better. I shut it off. I don't think so.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
I think a 2 is a fair assessment.
And it's got like a 6.7 in IMDb.
Yeah, it's
like the ending
6.4 right now. Yeah.
Like no.
I think if maybe they would have edited half this film out, it may have been funnier.
It still would have sucked ass.
I don't know. It was missing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was my pick, guys, and you're welcome.
And it blew.
All right. So our next pick, let's go with yours, though. The Big Time Adolescence with Pete Davidson.
Okay. Well, I'll start, and I like this so much because I know 2 people that are Zeke in real life. So that's why I
Have
thought.
you? Did you watch this before you recommended it?
Yes, because I want to see what your guys' take was.
Okay.
But I do like Pete Davidson. I think he's having a moment, but he's kind of like Will Forte. I'm ready to see something different from him. He's the same guy. Like we're gonna pick another movie this month that he's in. I feel he's gonna be the same character. But that Griffin Gluck kid that plays Mo, I thought he was terrific in this.
Yeah, the young boy.
Yeah, my only complaint was I didn't feel like they knew how to end it. They wanted to show that Mo outgrew Zeke, but I don't think they did it correctly.
But I think I think that the ending is exactly what they wanted. It's life goes on, and this guy's still the same guy working at the Long John Silver's, and it's never going to change. So I think that's how they wanted to end the movie, and I got it.
Yeah, for sure. I thought they could have done it better, but I get where they were going.
That's what I used to tell people when I was in college, and I used to try to give people a pep talk. And I would say, listen, the only guys I know that are still smoking weed still live in that trailer down by Lake Contrary, and they still smoking weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So stop.
Yeah.
Grow up. Move on.
Now, you said you had people that you knew. Would you like to call them out on the podcast?
Nope, because one of them has said he does listen occasionally.
Okay, well, now you know who you are, sir.
Oh, it's your mom?
Yeah. Your mom.
Yeah,
I changed it to a guy
your
I know.
mom's never listened to it.
No.
Okay, so what do you feel like they portrayed that character you were thinking of perfectly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I thought it was a good movie.
That same guy. You all know that guy.
Yeah, we all know.
I don't know that guy.
Eric may not. I
don't think so.
That guy
Well, then it's
didn't.
me for
that
you,
guy-
Eric.
Yeah. But no, a lot of us do, and they did a good job of making his character likable.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, he was likable. He was interesting. I thought Pete Davidson did a really good job acting, and I know he kind of. In all these films so far, he's kind of playing a version of himself.
Right. So is it really good acting? That was my question in this.
But that's how all the good actors start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all kind of play a version of themselves for a while, and then they start doing stuff beyond themselves. So I could see him in a couple of years, you know, I mean, he's still young. He's like, what, 24?
Yeah, I think that. Hey, my question's this. He's from Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes.
Is that right? Now, see, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in years. I used to love it, but, you know, I just haven't watched. What kind of characters does he play in that?
That character.
He plays versions of that a lot of times. I mean, yeah, Saturday Night Live doesn't require a lot of acting, really.
Right. I get it. I'm just asking, is he playing the same character even in that? And it sounds like it. I mean,
he usually plays kind of a lovable. He's normally one of the guys that he's not being funny. He's the one they're being funny around.
Okay.
You know, but he does have this character, Chad. That is hilarious.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty funny. All he ever does is go, "Oh, okay, my bad."
Okay, cool.
You know, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So he kind of plays. I don't know. He was in a lot of the ones that The Rock did the last time The Rock was hosting, and and that guy is just funny.
Yeah.
Well, my take on the movie is that it was interesting that when I was in those years, I was much more straight-laced than probably most people were. I really, you guys, know that, Russ.
True. Yeah.
And in it, I saw where this kid, slowly descended into. I mean, it was lovable, it was fun, but he was slowly descending into getting in the trouble that he got into, getting arrested.
Absolutely.
He was a drug dealer. I mean, maybe fun-loving drug dealer, but he was. And I really liked the way it descended a little bit at a time. You know, it didn't go straight to the okay, he's a full-fledged running from the police. He was sweet. He was nice, and he basically lost out on. I mean, why would you listen to that guy's advice about women?
Yeah, I mean, he was just he was cool to Mo because, God, shut up, dog. Because he let Mo be around.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
When he
I had
shouldn't have
cousins.
been.
I had cousins that were like that. You know, I had several cousins that were older than me, and they would just kind of they weren't drug dealers. No, don't get me wrong, all very straight laced guys, but they would just let me I got to put this dog up. I got to put her upstairs.
It's all right. We'll keep talking. Go do your thing if you need to go do that.
Yeah, because the neighbor dog is out, and she's just freaking losing her mind. So.
Okay. So
my thing, dog difficulties.
My thing on this is that, like you said, Oath, that you had this buddy that was that way. I didn't have a lot of buddies that way, except for one, and you know, it kind of took me back to, yeah, he was just fun loving, having a good time, but it slowly got worse and worse and worse, and the movie kind of bummed me out because of that. I was like, God, you know, is this what happens? Is this where all these things end up? In the end, though, he's still a fun-loving guy, you know.
Yeah. Well, my fear is this: the King of Staten Island is going to be the exact same movie repackaged.
Agreed.
And because Hulu, I don't know how many people have seen this because it's just on Hulu, but there he is. That's my biggest fear is when we review that one, it's going to be the same thing we already sat through for 2 hours.
Yeah, but you know, the one thing I'm going to say is I read a few comments about this movie, whatever the hell it was called, Big Time Adolescence, and the ending for me, I walked away going, well, that was a shitty ending, and then I went, no, that really is the only ending. Life goes on. Life goes on, and that guy is still going to be in the same place, and then he's going to run into that guy every time he goes to a different fast food restaurant for the next 5 years. You know, that's
He's only going to see Zeke.
So
and Zeke is just going to repeat his pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's just going to be nice. He's not a violent guy, but he's always just going to be smoking weed and selling weed and working at the, you know. Sometimes that's appealing. It's like, man, I wish I just didn't give a shit and I worked at McDonald's and I rode my bicycle everywhere.
Because
you know what I mean?
do you think that that's because you really do feel like that life is carefree? Do you think that that's really, I mean, because in the end.
No. No matter what you do, there are stresses.
Exactly. You know, it's just on a different level.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I mean, this is all the stress that I can deal with. And so I'm not going to do any more than smoke weed and work at the latest job.
No. It's just different levels of stress. You would find stress at that point too. I would think being a drug dealer is stressful.
Absolutely.
Because you'd be like, man.
That's so sweet.
All right, so Oath, you're going to give this a rating first.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a Robert Downey Jr., which was a 7, just because I enjoyed it. It made me laugh quite a bit. The part where he's like, I'm just going to show up to a party with a bunch of weed, and people are going to want to buy it. Call me crazy.
Yeah.
I just keep laughing about that line. So, yeah, I give it a Robert Downey Jr.
I'm going to go with a Bob Hoskins, which is a 6. It was enjoyable. Wasn't the acting was fine. Just 6. Russ?
I will go with the Downey Jr. as well. For a film that came straight to Hulu, was never in theaters.
That's true.
Pre-pandemic, right? So they hadn't really came out. This dropped on Hulu on March 20th, and I think theaters were still showing films then.
Yeah.
It's leaps and bounds above what we normally see from Netflix and Hulu and things like that. I mean, I thought for a straight,
I couldn't agree more.
It's almost straight to video anymore.
Yeah.
So for a Hulu premiere film, I thought it was really good. I thought it was
agreed.
Great. And that's, so I'll definitely give it a 7. And that helps it out. Where it came from, to me, is helping
the rating.
Perpetuate the rating there, pushing it along a little bit.
I see that.
All right, so our last movie to review tonight is The Gentleman, which is a Guy Ritchie film, my pick. It's about a drug cartel and, an aging drug lord, I don't know, whatever you say, that is basically looking to hand over his reins to get out of the business. So who wants to start with this one?
Well, it's your pick, so you start.
Okay. So it's got the movie's got Matthew McConaughey, Charlie Hunnam, who else? Colin Farrell, and Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, yes.
By unpopular, I'm just going to say that I absolutely love Hugh Grant. I always do. It's
I do too. No, that's not unpopular.
Why is this guy not getting more? And he was fantastic in this to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, McConaughey was good too, but the whole character and the way that Guy Ritchie tells the story through what's his nuggets eyes and what's going on. How he jumps to different parts of the story. It just really sucked me in. Now, I'm not saying I'm a big Guy Ritchie fan. Yeah,
I wouldn't say I'm a Guy Ritchie fan because, I'm a Tarantino fan.
Yeah,
but I see every film that Guy Ritchie makes.
Right, and I was blown away by this movie. I really enjoyed it. It was just enough violent for me, and I mean when the boxing team, martial arts team comes in to rob the it's a music video. I laughed my ass off on that. It was just you don't see things like that in the middle of a movie like this. It just broke into, and that's the kind of things that Guy Ritchie does in his films.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was great. And the disappointing part for me in the beginning is how the movie begins. I knew that was all crap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's not the way this movie is going to go. So I was just waiting for that to happen. And I feel I missed some of it because I was trying to figure out how it happened. But man, it took me on a ride that I wasn't expecting to go. The only thing is I had a couple people who recommended this to me before I watched it. So I thought I was going to enjoy it, but I really got into it.
What would you rate it?
Well, I'm not going to do that yet. I want to hear what you guys say.
Okay, that's fine.
Fair enough.
Want to go next, Oath, or you want me to go?
Sure. I am a Guy Ritchie fan. I love all of his stuff. So I kind of love this and hated it because you watch it, you can tell this is a Guy Ritchie film. But what I love about his films, they're so twisty.
Yeah.
And one had a little sprinkle of that, but nothing great, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I love it, because his characters in this movie. Like, I would see another movie with the same cast. Look at what they do. That's how good that was. And I will
very well could, too.
I think Coach was the best character in the movie. And
Colin Farrell was
for sure.
Colin Farrell was phenomenal.
As a supporting cast rather than the lead, because he kills it at this. He was so good. But yeah, I've watched it 4 times since I first watched it. I really like it a lot.
I love it.
Do you want me to send you the link where you can order one of those tracksuits?
I saw how much these are.
They have them on Amazon, the plaid tracksuits.
$135.
That was awesome.
$150?
No, they're not that expensive.
Okay, yeah, send me the link.
They're like 60-something bucks or something, I think. I almost ordered one. I was like, man, that looks fantastic. That would be.
It'd be a great podcast outfit.
That'd be funny. Yeah,
that would be good.
What'd you think, Russ?
I thought it was okay.
Really?
Yeah. McConaughey wasn't really drawing me in on this. And I'll tell you who really, really was falling flat for me was Charlie Hunnam. The guy playing Ray.
Yeah.
His right-hand man or whatever.
Right.
That guy. Did you guys watch him in Triple Frontier?
Yeah.
That was one of our picks at one time.
Yeah.
That dude is so stiff.
Yeah.
Just everything. He delivers lines with no emotion. His character wasn't interesting. I wasn't getting any what is this guy made of? I mean, like Colin Farrell's character was in the movie for probably 10 whole minutes.
Yeah.
And it was so
fantastic.
Thought out and so put together. McConaughey's character had depth. Michelle Dockery, that's the gal from Downton Abbey that was in it, the love interest or whatever. She was good. Her character had a lot of different layers and levels and stuff like that. And then this guy, was he supposed to be intimidating? Because he just looked constipated to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. So I think that he was the only weak link in the film. And it kind of threw me off because he was a pivotal character
Yeah.
that a lot of these things were hinging on and stuff. But yeah, I'll agree with Eric for sure that, oh my gosh, Hugh Grant. I'm sorry, his name was escaping me all of a sudden. Hugh Grant was fantastic.
I love it.
I loved his like cheesy coming on to you weird character.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. So I'm with you guys. I would see a film with some of these more of these characters in it.
Yeah.
But until that Charlie guy can prove himself to be an actor, because everything I've seen him in, he's been super stiff.
I don't disagree.
No, it was that King Arthur film. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Last year, stiff as a board in that too.
Yep.
It's like, man, everyone tells you Sons of Anarchy is so good. I've never watched it, but
never watched it.
I don't know. So I'll go ahead and give my rating. And my rating on this is a Hoskins.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 5. I think it's a fun watch.
Hoskins is a 6, buddy.
Okay, so shut up. I'm giving it a 6. And
Okay.
I think it's a fun watch, but are you sure it's a 6?
Yeah,
Yep.
5 is Odenkirk.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, you've convinced me. I'm giving it an Odenkirk.
Okay.
Because it's just, to me, it's just, there's some great scenes in it. But so much of it is just so middle of the road. I think he got, and I think maybe it was because of Colin Farrell. I think Colin Farrell ruined this movie. He was so good that everybody else, him and Hugh Grant were both so good that everybody else just fell flat around.
I want to disagree with you for a minute though, because
Okay, do it.
all the scenes with Hunan, and Hugh Grant, you had to have somebody. Anybody is going to look stiff compared to the character Hugh Grant was playing. I'm not saying you're not right. Yeah. I'm just saying you're butting him up against somebody that was over the top and played it fantastically.
Yeah.
So I'm going with a 7, which is a Robert Downey Jr. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'd watch it again and again. It's not Shakespeare. It's not Academy Award winner, but it was fantastic. So,
yeah, it's fun.
Well, I'll give it to Hoskins just because I love
5, 6, 7.
It's not as high as I think that Guy Ritchie should have been on this one. So definitely watch it though. It's worth a chuckle.
Okay, so I'll start with my pick for next month because I said it first before the other two guys said it. I'm picking The King of Staten Island because it's easy. It's been on every commercial I've seen for the past. If you turn on MTV, it's on all the time. Sophie's like, "What's that movie about?" And I don't know. So I'm picking Pete Davidson again. Mm-hmm. It's got Bill Burr in it. Have I ever told you my Bill Burr story?
No.
Okay, so I went out for some training out in Boston, and one night we're like, did I tell you this story?
Yeah, didn't
I think you guys went to a comedy club.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to just be some local guy, and Bill Burr came in.
Bill Burr comes to the door, and I'm like, holy crap. It was fantastic.
You did tell me that.
It was a great night.
I thought you were going to have like more of a personal experience.
Oh, and then I slept with him.
I ran him to the...
Then I slept with him.
Then you lost your anal virginity for the 4th time to him.
I didn't go that far.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, so that's my
you're going
pick.
with King of Staten Island, the only film coming out next month.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
I was first.
Othie, what do you got?
I'm going to go with one called Lovebirds. And basically, it looks like maybe a repeat of Date Night with Steve Carell and Amy Polk. No.
Well, that movie sure sucked, so, hopefully it's not the exact.
No, that was Tina Fey and Steve Carell, and it was great.
No.
It was great. You're nuts.
No.
It was a good film.
It was funny.
You're nuts.
Well, it was supposed to be in theaters on April, and they pulled it and went right to Netflix on May 22nd. So it's kind of new, but it's supposed to be in theaters, so that's interesting to me.
Othie, so can you tell me what the name of the lead actor is in that movie, please?
All I know him is from Silicon Valley. Well, I know he's going to be in the new Eternals, but I don't know his name.
Kumail. Kumail Nanjiani. Is that right?
Sounds close. I don't know.
The only reason I know who he is because I listen to Doug Loves Movies and he's on there all the time. And he's hilarious. He is.
He's
did you guys not watch the Big Sick?
Oh, that's right. He was in
Yeah,
that.
he is in that. Yep.
Yeah, that's an autobiographical story about him.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but he's good in that.
No, the lady who was in the coma is now really his wife.
No joke.
Now, that's not the girl who played that girl.
Right.
Him and his wife wrote the screenplay together.
Huh.
Yeah, I remember that now.
That's a terrific movie.
It's fantastic.
All right,
movie.
so
and his name is Kumail Nanjiani.
Yep.
Yep. Kumail Nanjiani.
What you got, Russ?
I'm gonna go with The Five Bloods.
I know nothing about this.
It's a new Spike Lee joint that's dropped on Netflix. It's on there now.
Okay.
So it's one of those that we can pick it today and watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's about 4 African-American vets who fought in the Vietnam War. They were in a mostly all-black squad. And while they were over there, they found some gold or something that they buried. And now they're going back to, this is, 30-something years or 40-something years later.
Okay.
Returning back, they're looking for the remains of their squad leader and the fortune that they helped him hide when they left.
Oh.
But it's it's a Spike Lee, so it's about more than just that.
Sure.
It's going to be about them coming to terms with probably the way that the country treated them when they got back as Vietnam vets and African Americans. They kind of had 2 strikes against them at that point.
Yeah.
And about coming to terms, probably, going back to visit Vietnam for guys that fought there. That's just not like it would be hard to stay on task. You're not going as a tourist. You're going as someone who's experienced some terrible trauma there. So it looks good. I'm hoping it's good. Spike Lee is one of those, I see every film that he makes, but most of the time I don't like him.
Me neither.
I like him, but I'm not like BlacKkKlansman is a great example. It was an okay film.
Right.
Adam Driver, fantastic in there. Everybody else, okay. So we'll see. But I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping this is one that he really puts a lot of heart and soul into.
What you got, Oath?
That's that.
I'm going with Lovebirds.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we already did that, dumbass.
Wow. What about you? What did you pick, Russ?
I picked The Five Bloods.
Let's not pretend that for the next 6 days of text messages, you guys are going to be going, what movies did we pick? So it may have been 30 seconds with me.
We always do that. There's always like one film that we just can't remember.
It won't be The King of Staten Island this time.
No, that one we got. And Lovebirds, I think Lovebirds is going to be the one I forget.
Yeah,
I think so too. I agree with that.
It's not the one I've been dying to watch, and it's not the one that I picked. So there's usually one in the middle of the zone there. So
it's usually Othie's pick.
Yeah.
right.
Well, all right. Well, so what else do we got to say?
I don't know. Where can they usually find us?
Everywhere.
Othie?
Start off at thedunestoneredemption.com, or is it just Dunestone? I don't even know our own.
It's just Dunestone. There is no the.
Dunestone. Yeah.
We cleaned it up, didn't we? Like Facebook. It's no.
We couldn't afford a the.
Just
we couldn't.
DunestoneRedemption.com, Stitcher, Grindr, Bumbler, YouTube,
Spotify.
All the social medias. We're covered.
And next month we'll probably not be on video.
Yeah.
Back to pleasing your ears.
I think next month we'll return to the studio.
Sweet. All right. Well, anybody got anything witty to say at the end here?
That says it all.
See you next time.